Okay, I think we've done with the ice creams. All right, I
Okay.
think people get thirsty after having a sweet dessert, ice cream, of course. So, of course, the solutions is water. So, what are an interesting case study, but there are some conditions where our water does not look interesting, like it's not clear. So, or specifically, I can say it's the cloudiness. All right. To be shared with our beloved listeners, cloudiness of water is resulting from a particle such as algae, bacteria, and clay, which are from organic and inorganic, respectively. So their properties are very, very small and remain suspended in a solutions of water. We can say this as a colloid also. So, doctor, what was the reason colloids remains suspended in water?
Okay, so first of all, we need to know what is colloid. Okay, so basically colloid is dispersed particles, okay, that can be found in solutions. Okay, it is a dispersed, not a dissolved one. Okay, you need to differentiate between the dispersed and also dissolved. Dispersed means that we still have a tiny droplet of the solids. Okay, meanwhile for the dissolved, it is fully dissolved. Okay, for the fully dissolved, it will usually have a very clear solutions. But for the dispersed one, usually it will give you a cloudy color. Okay, so basically, colloid usually will have quite small particles. Okay, and then because of these small particles, okay, it will not have a tendency to accumulate or clumping with the other particles. Okay, so because of these properties, okay, it can prevent, okay, it can prevent from the colloid to settle down. What does it mean by settle down? Settle down means dissolve. Okay, so that is one point of the reason why. Okay, other than that, okay, because we have the colloids, okay, and then this colloid also have a charge. Okay, and then inside the water also have charge. Okay, so when colloid and water combine together, okay, there are a negative electric charge whereby it can stabilize. Okay, it can stabilize the surface. Okay, stabilize the surface, and then the water particles and also the colloid will have the repulsion forces to each other. Okay, because of these repulsions, it also can prevent or avoid in order to colloid to dissolve. Okay, so that's why colloid can remain suspended in the water. Okay, so we have two factors. Okay, the first one is the particle size. Okay, the particle size is quite small. Okay, and then the second one is because of the charge, okay, between the colloid and also the water inside. Okay.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
Doctor, if I can ask you something that might be related to this, I'm pretty sure this is why the reason of people develop a water purification system. So can I know how is drinking water purification is done?
Okay, so basically, why we want to have a purified drinking water? Okay, so of course, we want to have a clean water. Why? Because we want to consume it. Okay, I think that no one would like to drink dirty drinking water. Okay, so that's why purification of water is very important. Okay, because we want to have the clean drinking water. And then the purposes is we have various usage. Okay, for example, for our medical treatments, okay, and then for our chemical reactions, okay, some chemical reaction will need to have a clean drinking water or maybe a clean water. Okay, so there are a lot of method that we can apply in order to have the purified drinking water. Okay, so but the basic one, it comprises five methods. Okay, five methods. Okay, the first one is started with the coagulation process. Okay, coagulation process means that you clump together. You clump together the impurities particles inside the water. Okay, it means that you clump together, you accumulate all the particles. Okay, and then how we do the coagulations? Okay, we we will use the coagulant agents. Okay, coagulant agents. And then after we coagulate the particles, we will proceed with the flocculations. Okay, what is for flocculation process? It is the process that to settle down the coagulation process. Okay, and then next we proceed with the sedimentations. Okay, so it means that you already have the particles, you accumulate the particles, and then you need to separate the particles. Okay, so that's why we need to proceed with sedimentations. After we do the sedimentations, of course we will have two phases, liquid and also solid. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to filter. Okay, we need to filter in order to remove the impurities particles. Okay, and then after that we have the water, the solution of water, before we can use it. Okay, so of course the final one is by using the disinfection technique. Okay, disinfection technique such as maybe we can use a chlorine, or maybe we can use what we call is as carrageenans, or maybe some other material whereby it can further remove any microbes or any impurities that left inside. Okay, so that is the basic purification of drinking water, okay, for industrial lah, okay, for the industry purposes. Okay, but the simplest one is boiling. Everyone know about the boiling water. Okay, so we need to boil the water until it reach the boiling temperature. Okay, in order to make sure that all the impurities gone. Okay, so that is the simplest one. Everyone can do the boiling process. Okay, or other than that, we also can have distillations, or maybe water purifier. Okay, nowadays we have cuckoo, kowe, and so on. Okay, so they are using the membrane concepts. Okay, so that is the some of the best alternative method that can we use in order to purify drinking water.
Yeah,
Okay.
So we can see that how important chemical are in our life, so that we can drink safe water and can save our body from any contaminated chemicals. And I think it's and absolutely blown away that there are so many such new things we got from sharing with Dr. Zurina, and I think it's all amazing thing, right, Shu? What do you think?
Yes, of course. It's just wow. It's just the water, but there's a lot of things we've learned today. Yeah, of course, people will not develop a technology just for fun. There must be a reason behind it. And also with especially in this time, during these times, there's a lot of river pollution. So it's so sad to see there our river being polluted nowadays, right? So
Yeah.
so we have we've done with the dessert, drink, and now we move to our next point, which is the food. Yeah, so we have one more lucky food to be exposed.
I like this one because I also use this when I'm eating salad or burgers. It's also have in my food. I just like it so much.
It's just a good combinations when we put it in a burger or salad or yes. Okay, guys.
What is
can
that?
you guys
What's
guess
the
what
food?
it is? Yes. Okay, it is a mayonnaise. Yeah, mayonnaise is a thick, creamy dressing that consists of egg yolks, oil, vinegar, lemon juice, and seasonings. Mayonnaise is an emulsion colloid. Emulsion are a mixture of two liquids that can be combined can be combined. Cannot. If you cannot hear my pronunciation clearly, it cannot be combined. So being an emulsion colloid, mayonnaise is made in pair of oil and vinegar. So vinegar is the polar and oil is the non-polar. So mixing them will result in the two liquids separating into layers. So, doctor, how is mayonnaise made?
Okay, so basically, everyone loves mayonnaise, including me. Okay, so we use mayonnaise in all of our kinds of foods. Okay, sandwich and something like that. Okay, so mayonnaise chemically, how we can make the mayonnaise is by doing an emulsions. Okay, the emulsion is the word for the scientific base. Okay, but for maybe the normal thoughts is just mix up the oil and also some egg yolks. Okay, but in chemistry, okay, we can make mayonnaise by using an emulsions. Okay, so what is an emulsions? Basically, emulsion involve the process whereby we want to make two mixture or two element that does not miscible or to become miscible. Okay, so that is how we want to make a mayonnaise by doing emulsion. So basically, the first thing you need to have an ingredient. So of course, the first one is an oil, any kinds of oil. Okay, and then we can have an egg yolk. Okay, so these are the two main ingredients. So we have eggs and then we have oil. And then we need to mix up, okay, these two material, okay, or two ingredients. Okay, and then but egg yolks and oil usually cannot mix up together. Okay, so this is when we need to add something. Okay, what is it? It is an emulsifier. Okay, so the process name is the emulsions. Okay, so of course we need to have an emulsifier. Okay, so where is the emulsifier? What is the emulsifier? Okay, so we have a natural emulsifier, which is from an egg yolks. Okay, because inside the egg yolks we have the lecithin. Okay, so this lecithin is the one that can make oil and also egg miscible together. Okay, mix up together. Okay, so we just need these two and then we just need an emulsifier. Just put together oil and also egg yolk, and then do not forget to have the whisking process. Okay, the whisking process vigorously, faster. Okay, but not overdo it. Okay, if you are overdo it, you can have a reverse emulsions. Okay, so just nice. Okay, just nice of vigorously whisking until you can saw these two material or two ingredient mixable together or mix up together. Okay, so that is the simplest way in order to make a mayonnaise.
Oh, I think I can make
Wow.
it at home or at Mahalang too.
Yeah.
And you can
Yeah,
sell it to others.
yes, it sounds so easy. Just mix two
Yes.
ingredients, or maybe we need some seasoning because we want to sell, right?
Yes, seasoning, and
Yeah.
also the most important thing is preservative. Okay, preservative, the most simplest preservative that we can use is salts. Okay, salts and also maybe some lemon. Okay, lemon in order to reduce a little bit maybe an unintended flavor or odor because we are using egg yolks. Okay, so just use salts as a preservative and also maybe some lemon juice. Okay, for the seasoning.
Oh, it's interesting that we're just not putting salt as a seasoning, but also as a preservative. Wow.
Preservative,
Yes.
Dr. Think how long it will preserve until its expiring date?
Okay, so it depends on how did you do the storage conditions. Okay, so you need to make sure that the mayonnaise did not expose to the air too long, for too long. Okay, so that's why usually if we buy any mayonnaise, okay, it will have some conditions or instructions. Okay, please store the mayonnaise under cool temperature and so on. Okay, so why? Because when you expose too long under air, okay, so it will trigger or generate the oxidation process. Okay, so it will make the mayonnaise will not stand much more longer. Okay, so you need to make sure that you store the mayonnaise in a proper place and also proper conditions.
I see. Fridge is also suitable, right?
I beg your pardon?
Fridge is also suitable.
Yeah,
Freezer,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Freezer also can, but freezer the temperature is too low, okay, it
Oh,
will
too
make
low.
mayonnaise become more icy. Okay, so maybe just
Okay.
a normal uh, uh, compartment of the ice fridge. Okay, so that just nice. Okay, no need a freezer. Okay.
Okay, alright. So ladies out there, you can make mayonnaise by your own. You can prepare for your family or your husband, okay? There is no excuses. You can cook by yourself, okay?
Yes.
But you really need to have a very strong hand if you are doing do it yourself, okay? If you are using a whisker, okay,
It's
but
good.
it will more become easier if you are using a blender, okay? If you want to generate your muscle, just use a whisker, okay?
No way. Okay.
Okay.
I understand,
So it's
understand.
like two in one. You sell the mayonnaise and also you got the muscle. Two in one
Yes.
Okay.
process. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So next time, if you hear someone say, I don't like to eat chemicals into my body, just you can say ew to them and feel free to chuckle, okay? Because everything is made up from chemicals. It will be in a bit strap without chemicals, not least in the kitchen. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty sure all our listeners, including you and me, Zahida, and
Yeah.
also Doctor, having a chemicals inside our body first. Like we eat it and to gain an energy, we go to the kitchen, cook it again, and eat it again. Yeah, it's just like a repeating cycle. So again, I think we talk a lot about foods and drink. I think we have arrived at the end of our podcast today. So first of all, I really, really would like to thank to Dr. Assistant Professor Dr. Zurina for taking the time to speak to us.
Thank you,
So it was,
doctor.
yeah, thank you so much, Doctor.
Okay, never mind. I'm glad to share something with you. But if you
Yeah.
have something more information that you want to share, you also can share with us. Okay?
All right.
Inshallah. Yeah, of course, it was a truly enlightening and informative sessions for us and also our listeners, Doctor. And I believe that the listeners were fascinated by your insights into a chemist's perspective on what we eat and drink daily. Thank you so much, Doctor, for all the
Thank you,
information you've
doctor.
Yeah, you're
given
welcome.
us. So, guys, until next time, I'm Shu,
And I'm Zahida.
breathing
Reading
chemistry
chemistry
into life.
into life, listening.
Listening. All right.
Bye.